Okay, so in this experiment, students, we have to determine the resistivity of wire by plotting graph for potential difference versus current, and resistivity rho is equal to R into A by L. So we have to find resistance from the graph of potential difference versus current, and then we have to find the length of the wire and the area of cross section of the wire. And as we have taken, we have to find the resistivity of 3 wires. So I have taken 2 wires, of one is Constantan and the other is manganese, and I have taken the length to be 40 centimeter. Let's start now connecting the circuit. So students, we have to be very careful while we are connecting the circuits. Your circuits, the connection should be very tight, and circuit should be neat. And see that when you are taking this copper wires, please ensure that we have to rub the ends of the wire using sandpaper. So when I am starting the circuit, so see children, you first, let's say, hide this voltmeter, and if you see all the components, the battery, key, ammeter, resistance wire and the rheostat, they all connected in series. So let's first connect this portion, the components which are in series, and then we'll insert the voltmeter in parallel to resistance wire. So let me start. I'll always start the circuit from positive of the battery. Children, see that this is your battery eliminator. It's nothing but it's a rectifier which converts AC into DC. The red is the positive terminal and black is the negative. The positive of the battery is connected to the key, as you can see in the circuit diagram. So I will connect the positive, and see that children, only half a round of the wire when you will wind it. Just make half a round, okay? So the positive of the battery, and say it should be checked, ensure that should be tight. The positive of the battery, I have to connect it to a key. As you know that this is your one-way key. Key is nothing but this is a switch, and this is a key. When this will be out, that means the circuit is open. So the positive, I am connecting it to the key, and the next terminal of the key, check your circuit should be, again it should be half a turn. The second terminal of the key, as you can see, this is connected to the positive of the milliammeter. So I will take the second wire, again just half a round, so that your connection should be tight. And this is connected to the positive of the ammeter. We'll be using the milliammeter. So this is connected to the positive of the milliammeter. Red is always the positive and black is negative. Okay, so this is, I have connected the key to the positive of the ammeter. Then the negative of the ammeter is connected to resistance wire. Okay, so the negative, I'll just take a wire, right, and from the ammeter, the negative of the ammeter, I will connect it to the resistance wire, and you just wind it like this, right? And the second end of the resistance wire is connected to the lower terminal of the rheostat. See children, the rheostat has got 3 terminals, the 2 lower ones and one is the upper one. So the resistance wire, the second terminal of the resistance wire is connected to the lower terminal of the rheostat. Okay, so this I am connecting it to the lower terminal. Okay, let me take another wire, and I will connect this wire, right, and to the lower terminal of the rheostat. And children, please see that while you are connecting the lower terminal of the rheostat, you will not use this. You will not use this lower terminal, because we will be needing this the entire length of the resistance wire to change the resistance. So we have to use the terminal which is opposite to this red one. Okay. So this I have connected the second resistance wire terminal. I have connected it to the rheostat, and the second terminal, this is free. Nothing. And then we have to connect, I'll take another wire, and the upper terminal, this arrow in the circuit diagram depicts that this is the upper terminal of the rheostat, and the upper terminal of the rheostat, children, see that when you're connecting the wire, the thread should not come in this while you're winding, or you can insert your wire in the hole also. There is a hole. If you can see this hole, you can just insert this wire in the hole and you connect, and you just tighten the screw. Okay, so this the resistance wire, the second terminal of the resistance wire is connected to the upper terminal of the rheostat is connected to the negative of the battery. Okay, so now this upper terminal of the rheostat is connected to the negative of the battery. So again you can see that there is a hole. I am just inserting the wire in the hole. Now you can just make a round if it is not going inside. Right, so my connections, all series connections are over. Right, so all series connections I have connected. Now I have to insert a voltmeter. A voltmeter is connected in parallel to this resistance wire. Okay, so I'll take a voltmeter, right, and I will connect the voltmeter, this resistance wire, right, which is connected to the negative of the ammeter. I will connect it. I'll take another wire and I will connect it to its positive. I'll connect that end of the resistance wire. This is the end of the resistance wire, and I will connect it to the positive of the voltmeter. Right, again one half a round, and then the negative, this second wire, the second end of the resistance wire, which is connected to the lower terminal of the rheostat, I will connect it to the voltmeter, the negative of the voltmeter. Okay, so I'll take another wire and this I am connecting to the resistance wire, right, and then I am connecting it to the negative of the voltmeter. So as you can see that now my circuit is complete. Right, now we have to take the readings. So see that, children, your component should be placed neatly, your circuit should be okay. So now we have to take the readings of the voltmeter and the ammeter, as we have to plot a graph between potential difference and the current. So now next we have to do the while we are taking the observations, so we have to find first the range of the voltmeter. So as you can see, the range of the voltmeter is 0 to 3 volt, and the range of the milliammeter is from 0 to 100 milliampere. And now what is the least count of the voltmeter? So you know that least count is range by number of division. So if I can say that this is my range is 0.5, and between 0.0 to 0.5 you can say that there are 10 divisions are there. So what will be my least count? My least count will be 0.5 by 10, that is range by number of divisions, so it will be 0.05 volt. And similarly, if you have to find the least count of the ammeter, so you can see the range is 0 to 100, so it's 100, and there are 10 divisions in between. So my least count will be 100 by 10, that is 10 milliampere. So be careful, it's milliampere we are taking the readings. And how you will take the observation? So your circuit, children, your circuit will be on only while you are taking the observations. So I will just insert this key. Okay, this insert, I am inserting the key and just screw it, and then I am switching on this battery eliminator. Right, So as you can see that children, now if you note the reading in the rheostat, now it is, since you can see it is in fraction, so I will just adjust the rheostat so that I should get the complete reading. Say like this. Now if you can see that this is 10th, 12th and 14th division, right? The voltmeter division is 14th, and in the ammeter you can say that the division is 10, 12, 13. In the ammeter my reading is 13. So multiply with the least counts. So if you see that this is my 14th division, that means this is my 0.7 volt, right? And this 13 this is my 130 milliampere, right? So you know the voltmeter reading, you know the ammeter reading, you can find the resistance of the wire, but we will plot the graph. So like this, if you change the position of the rheostat, see children, I am changing the position of the rheostat. On changing the position of the rheostat, you can change the, now see, now if you can see the reading, this is my 15th division in the voltmeter, and in the ammeter it is my 14. So this is my 15 and this is my 14. Like this, you will take 6 readings, and then you have to plot the graph between V and I. So children, like this, you will be taking the 6 readings to plot the graph between potential difference and the current. So while you plot, so students, just let me explain you the observation calculations, how you are doing the calculations of the resistance or resistivity. So as you have taken the observations, the least count of the voltmeter and the ammeter, and you have taken the 6 observations, I have just taken the reading of the voltmeter and ammeter in division. I have not multiplied with the least counts. So you can just do like that. So after taking these observations, 6 observations, so let's say that you have to plot a graph. So I have already plotted a graph. Just see that children, I have plotted a IV graph. So you will take V on the x-axis and I on the y-axis, right? And I am plotting the graph in divisions. I am not plotting it in volt or the ampere. So just I have taken 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, like this I have taken the divisions, and similarly on the y-axis I have taken the divisions, right? And I have volt into least count, you have to write it like that, and I into 10 raised to power minus 2 ampere is the least count of the voltmeter, so I have written that. So I have just plotted the points, as you can see, according to the observations, 10, 10, and then I have plotted 12, 11, and then I have plotted 14, 13, and 15, 16, like that. You plot a graph, and while you are drawing a line, see that your line should pass through the origin. That is very, very important. If it is not passing through the origin, that means your observations are not correct. And then I have taken the slope, and you can see that the slope will give me my I by V. That is I by V. Again I have taken in the your I, you can see that this is my 16.8 and this corresponds to my 11. So 16.8 minus 11, and this corresponds to my 12. So like this, if you solve it, and then my resistance, see children, I have not solved the calculations here, I have just inverted, because my resistance is V by I, so I have just inverted, that is 6 upon 5.8, and then I multiply this with my least count here and the least count with the ampere. So it's a simple calculation. This is 30 by 5.8 and it will be 5.2 ohms. So this is my resistance, that is the 5.2 ohm is the resistance of the wire. And then we have to find the resistivity, and you know that your resistivity rho is equal to R into A by L. So I'll just show you the observation for your screw gauge. Now your screw gauge, you have to find the diameter of the wire. So this is my screw gauge, and as you know that the least count of the scale, least count of the main scale is mm. If you see 1 mm of the main scale, and the least count of the screw gauge is pitch upon number of divisions on the circular scale, and this is 0.01. So now how will you do? Now you will insert the wire into the screw gauge, as you can see it, right? And when the sound of click, it's click, you don't have to press it very hard because the area of cross section will change. And now you can see that the reading on the main scale is 0 and the reading on the circular scale is 35. So your reading scale is 0 and this is division is 35 and I multiply with the least count. So it will be 0.35 will be my, it's 0.35 and my diameter will be main scale plus the circular scale in millimeter, that is 0 plus 0.35 millimeter. So that means my diameter is 0.35 mm. Like this you will take the second reading, you can take it at another position, right? And by taking the diameter at another position, say now I'm getting the reading to be 0 and 34. So my reading in my diameter will be 0.34 mm. Like this I have taken the two observations and my length is 40 centimeter, right? So now you know the formula, your rho is equal to R into A by L. So this is my R into pi d square upon 4 into L. Now if you will substitute the values, be careful, your length is in centimeters, so you have to convert this millimeter. Your diameter millimeter, you have to convert this into centimeter, and then if you solve the value, solve this R into pi d square upon 4L, you will get the resistivity.